As a little girl, I was taught that somebody's gonna come save you, right? A man, or, somebody's gonna inherit $1 million, like something or someone or some way you were going to be saved. And the reality of that is that's 1 in a million. And I'm here to help you get out of that victim mentality and take accountability for your life. Accountability is freedom. And when you have this freedom, nothing can stop you from being the best version of yourself. The first thing I want to talk about is understanding the victim mentality. Victim mindset is when you believe that there are external forces around you that are all responsible for your life except for you. It's almost like having zero control over your life and over your actions. Having a victim mindset like this can be very limiting to you and disempowering, which is why I say getting out of the victim mindset and taking accountability is true freedom. So I'm going to talk about some of the signs of a victim mindset in case you have it, in case you know somebody that might have it. I don't recommend you tell them that they have victim mindset. Remember, this is for people that want to work on themselves, not for you to tell somebody who they are, all right? Number 1 would be blaming others for your problems. Number 2 would be a sense of self-pity or feeling sorry for yourself. Number 3 is definitely bad things always happen to me. Having that mindset that nothing good ever happens to you. And number 4 is feeling powerless to changing your circumstances. If any of these things sound familiar, then recognizing these things will help you take the first step towards change. Now I want to talk about what steps you can take to get out of the victim mindset and entering an empowered mindset. Tip number 1 would be take responsibility for your actions, for your thoughts, for the things that you do, for your reactions. Acknowledge that you have power to change everything in your life. Change how you react, change how you handle certain things, change your current circumstances. Look, it's gonna take time, all right? This is not an overnight process. It will never be an overnight process, but you have power. You are not powerless here. In this situation, it is not about blaming yourself, okay? It's not about thinking, wow, okay, maybe everything is my fault. It's not like that. It's acknowledging where you went wrong, where you reacted poorly. It's about acknowledgement instead of taking blame. What did you do to accept this current situation? What did you do to get to that point that you reacted so poorly? You need to recognize that your actions and choices impact your life. It impacts other people's lives too. But right now, since we're talking about ourselves, right? We're talking about you. You have to acknowledge that. That's the best way to get out of this mindset. Even when somebody hurts you, I'm gonna use betrayal because it is probably one of the most worldly experiences. Somebody has been betrayed, whether it's friendships, work situations, relationships. We've all been betrayed some way, somehow. A lot of the times you have to take accountability for the things that you did not pay attention to. If you're on a first date with someone and this guy or girl is just all red flags, but you continue to go on with the relationships and end up with those red flags were exactly what caused the betrayal, you have to recognize that your choices in that moment made an impact on where you are now. What did you choose to ignore? And a big part of getting out of this victim mindset is also opening your eyes, understanding your standards, being a better version of yourself so you do not go for bad friendships, bad relationships, bad work situations, dangerous situations as well. Tip number 2 would be practicing gratitude. When you practice the fulfillment of life instead of the lack of life, you really do see things differently. Instead of, oh my God, I have no clothes, I never have anything to wear. You need to practice, I have clothes, I'm rich as hell in that aspect. I just don't know how to style myself. And I know that's very superficial, but it's just something that I think you can understand a little bit better. But practicing gratitude in your life, think of all the things you do have, the joys, the foods, the shelter, the water, the clothing, the jewelry, the little things like that, even makeup, the skincare, the hairbrush, the toothbrush. Think of everything that you do have. Think of the things that you use every single day, and you tell me if you have nothing. Even when there's a lot of bad things happening in your life, it could be emotionally, it could be physically, what are the good things that are happening in your life? I went through something a little while back, and it was easy for me to be like, life sucks, I have nothing, everything is trash. But when I really sat there and started focusing on myself and started getting back into reading, I'm a big reader, but I took a pause. And I realized like, wow, I have so much. And it wasn't even external things. It was still things within myself. I have my sense of self-worth. I have my sense of value. I have my moral compass. I have my self-esteem. Like, I have these things. And then we can look at the external things, the superficial things. You know, I have my Kindle, I have my headphones, I have great clothes that looks good on me, I have food, I have makeup, I have skincare. I know it's superficial, but when you really put everything on the table and you really look at internal and external, all the things you have in life, there is a lot to be grateful for despite your situation in life. One of my favorite things to do to really get out of this victim mindset, to really save myself, is creating a vision board. When you create a vision board, you kind of set out a life plan, right? It's like you get some furniture from IKEA and they give you the instruction panel, and if you don't do it, like if you don't use the instructions, this thing might fall apart, right? Maybe it'll work out. Some people it'll work out wonderfully if you have a background in carpentry, but let's say you're a regular schmegular, right? And you've never done this before and you are not using the instructions and you just build an IKEA wardrobe and then you put all your clothes in and by the middle of the night it's crooked or it completely falls apart. That's how I see a vision board. It is an instruction manual. You are setting the instruction for yourself, and it helps you filter out everything that does not align with you. So now if you set a goal for, I want to save $1,000 in 5 months, and you do not have $1,000 in 5 months, it is nobody's fault but your own. The vision board for me is kind of like an accountability partner where you are constantly seeing your vision, and either you're doing it or not, it is nobody's fault but your own. Having a vision board for me, and I do digital vision boards a lot. I use Pinterest and I use Canva, but I make digital vision boards just because my daughter gets to everything and it's so much easier for me. I put it as my laptop background, I put it as my phone background, and I see these goals regularly. And it really reminds me of what I need to do to not be down on myself or to not be a version of myself I don't want to be. Of course, going through this process to get out of the victim mindset, to really truly save yourself, isn't going to be easy, especially if you are starting from scratch. Taking control of your life isn't easy when you are accustomed to relinquishing control, when you blame others for your problems, and it takes a little bit of time to get there. I've been there, done that. Just so you guys know, I always say in my videos, I'm a student of life, and all of the things that I'm telling you are just me experiencing or have experienced, and I'm spreading a message so you don't go through the same trial and errors that I went through. Tip number 4 would be to embrace your failures. Every single successful person out there has failed. Some way, somehow, they failed. I think of Meryl Streep, what she said when she was younger. They told her in one of her auditions that she just wasn't pretty enough. Girl, where's she at now? Okay, she is a superstar. She is incredible. Everybody knows who Meryl Streep is. If you don't know, The Devil Wears Prada, okay? I mean, like, everybody knows that movie, right? It's not the failure that defines you, it's how you respond to it. So what are you gonna do with this failure? You're gonna just let it stop you? Who's gonna save you? Not nobody. Nobody's gonna save you. You gotta save yourself. So if you failed now, you better get back up and start all over again tomorrow. I did talk about failure in my self-discipline and self-esteem video, and I'm gonna reiterate a little bit. When you fail, take it as a learning experience. So take that failure and see, where did I go wrong? Analyze it, deconstruct it, and rebuild it all over again, and start over, start differently, make new moves. Look, again, I'm gonna say it again, ain't nobody gonna save you. Nobody's gonna come here with their knight in shining armor and give you the money that you want, the body that you want, the mindset that you want, the clothes that you want, unless you have a sugar daddy. But like, even having a sugar daddy, they might have some money, but it's not gonna change who you want to truly become. But I do want a sugar daddy, I'm not gonna lie. Give me that money. Tip number 5 would be to surround yourself with exactly what you want and who you want. I saw this video, oh my God, I really don't remember. It was a girl on TikTok, and this was a while back. This was maybe 1 or 2 years back. And she was saying that she met this rich girl and they became really good friends, and they went on a boat, and the girl was just like cold. And she asked one of the guys, can one of you guys give me a jacket? And 3 guys pulled off their jacket and they gave it to her. And she was saying that all you have to do is really surround yourself with people that do things differently than you, so you can start to see that there are more people, more situations, better circumstances, better things to do out there than what you know. And she's saying that because of this girl, she was introduced to luxury, like eating shrimp cocktail. That's not luxury, but like if to her it was luxury. She realized that she could afford certain luxuries in life that she never thought that she could. So she started splurging on certain things, splurging on good clothes, splurging on better skincare, better foods. And because she started treating life as luxury, her life became luxurious. So even without her friend, because of how she started carrying herself, she started meeting more successful people, which now created better connections for her in her career. So you have to also just think of your surroundings. Like, are the people around you really going to uplift you? If they are, great, okay? But really look into this. Like, where is this mindset coming from? Is it my parents? If it is, what part of your childhood trauma do you need to like break through, break down, break apart? What do you have to unlearn and relearn? How do you have to surround yourself? Where do you have to go? What are the things you need to do to really show that you are more than what you are now? And this video is very similar to the self-discipline and self-esteem video with the positive thinking and the failure. The positive surrounding and the failure part, because this goes hand in hand with so many things in life, right? Like what you surround yourself with, how you react to failure, what music you listen to really plays a role in your mindset. So get out of that victim mindset and change your surroundings. And finally, I want to talk about building resilience. One of the things that I truly appreciate when I meet somebody is their resilience to continue. I think I have good resilience for the most part, but it took me a while to get there because I would quit, I would give up. I was one of those, but my resilience now, I can handle anything. I don't want to handle it, but I can. When you have good resilience, which takes time to build, you can just bounce back. You get the glow up, and the glow up after the glow after the glow after the glow, and it's not going to be easy, but the resilience will really be an armor, a protection spell. Tip number 6 would be to create a growth mindset, which I think you are already. If you are here watching this video, you are already in this mindset of, I want to be better. I want to be a better version of myself. So if you continue building this, you're gonna always want to be better. You're gonna always want to grow. If you're tired of your shit, you're gonna want to grow. Having a growth mindset it's really the first step, honestly, to just becoming a better version of yourself. My next tip would be more about having hobbies, having things that you love and are passionate about. Something that I realized when you have a victim mindset, when you feel like someone's gonna come save you, is because you have nothing that is really filling you. You don't have a hobby, you don't have a passion, you don't have a dream that is really something that makes you happy. So just always do something for yourself, even if it's starting a business, having a good hobby where you're bringing in some income. And I'm not saying the income part, I'm not even saying the income part, but I'm saying always have something that is yours. Have a hobby that is bringing you something, whether it's feedback, whether it's you're helping others. It doesn't have to be finances, but have something that is outside of the mundane, of the routine, something that nobody else can take away from you. So just remember that you are the only one that can save yourself. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your action, for your circumstances, for your reactions in life as well. You're responsible for the mistakes that you make sometimes, oftentimes actually. You are responsible. You hold the power in your hand of your life. This is your reality, not mine, Not his, not hers. This is my reality. This is your reality. So right now we're talking about your reality. You hold the power. Think of it like a cool Harry Potter movie. Like, you have the power. You are the chosen one. You are the boy. You have the power to really fight Voldemort and get to where you want to be. And again, I will end this with, please give yourself grace, okay? I say this in all of my videos, but please give yourself grace, because building life, building a better you, becoming a better version of yourself, finding inner peace, finding inner joy is a lot of trial and error. And right now, if you don't even know who you are, if you don't understand your identity, it's gonna be even harder. So give yourself grace, because healing is not linear. It is a constant roller coaster of ups and downs. And